Welcome to FacingMelsMusic.com podcast, featuring some of the most heartwarming stories from musicians all around the world on FacingMelsMusic.com.
Okay, welcome to Facing Mel's Music. This is Mel Golding, and I have an amazing guest all the way from Rwanda, which is a nice surprise. The first, actually, Chris Levels. How you doing?
Doing fine. Yeah.
Wonderful. You're good. You're good and well, yeah?
Yeah.
It's
very
lovely.
healthy.
Good. Well, that's a good sign. Always great. It's always good to be very, very healthy. Bless you.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you're described. You're going to have to tell me like a lot about yourself and what you're doing. But I've seen you're described as a sync artist. So, what exactly is a sync artist? Do you want to tell me
a sync art?
Yeah.
Yeah. A sync artist is a musician or a musician who makes music specifically for being used in movies or videos or games, you know, the background stuff or the music that you hear in the background of, yeah.
Wow.
So that's basically what a sync artist is.
Okay. So yeah, that's great. So basically you're providing music for the background to the visual content. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're doing really well. You're doing quite a lot of stuff. You're getting a lot of placements at the moment. Can you tell me a little bit about where you've been placed, where your music's been placed? And we'll get into the music in a minute. Where's your music being played?
My soundtrack called my soundtrack, because for now I am doing more of online things, online videos.
Yeah.
So my soundtrack Lose My Cool was used in a video of an online content creator. One of the videos of an online content creator called TS Photographer.
Okay.
It's a skit. I can call it a skit. And the second one is also from a comedian.
Okay.
A comedian called Wolfgang here in Rwanda.
Okay.
Use the soundtrack. Yeah. So I'm doing like little stuff for now.
Yeah, that's great. But, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but in June.
Yeah.
I mean in July.
Yeah. Yeah.
In July, I have a big project coming soon. It's actually my first big project.
Okay. Yeah. I got that nice and clear.
Didn't I tell? Yeah. Didn't I tell you that I'm 18?
No, you didn't, but I found out. I did my research. So, I mean, you're a baby in the business. You've been doing it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And already you're out there doing stuff. That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like 3 months old, you know, in this. Yeah.
Baby steps, but you're doing great. You're doing amazingly well. I mean, when did you start? I mean, you're 18 and there's stuff, there's very interesting stuff that I want to talk about with you actually that I read on groovenexus.com. I mean, I'm assuming it's you. It's got to be you. It looks like you. We'll come to that in a minute. And how you're supporting female sync artists as well, which I found very interesting. So when did you start? Tell me, Chris, how did you get into this? You know, you're 18 and doing it, you know, large. How did you get into this?
Yeah.
Tell me, when did you start?
Actually, last year when I was in the studio, I started out in music wanting to be famous, you know, the recording artist thing. But a huge but when I like spent all my money last year on promotion video, but it didn't went anywhere. So when I was sitting with my producer called Kush Beats, who is one of the major producers currently in Rwanda, who is working with major names like Bushali and Betray, Rwandan artists. He told me that he have a soundtrack which got used in that film Space Jams 2.
Right. Okay.
American film Space,
Wow.
And wow, I was like, how did you do that?
Yeah. Now you're back again. Now you're back. Okay. So he provided you with he provided you with did you say tapes like music?
The steps of getting into the sync licensing business.
The steps, right? Okay,
because
got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he got one of his soundtracks placed into Space Jams.
Right. Massive. Okay, cool.
So I was curious about it.
Yep.
Yeah. When I was young, I always wanted to be an actor, dream stuff. So,
right.
yeah. So I grew up more in the music scene, but it's kind of cool to have a career where you can mix the two. The film industry and the music industry kind of mix them. So that's how I started.
Wow. And it's just snowballed from there, hasn't it? And you've got some placements.
Yeah.
And it's so how old did you say you were when you started? I can't remember. How old were you?
Into the sync licensing thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like
you're
18.
New. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're new.
Yeah, I'm really new.
Fantastic. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. The music that, okay, so do artists, because I'm trying to learn and the listeners will be wanting to understand more about exactly what you do as a sync artist. So do you get involved in the music making, in the music production, or are you kind of more like an agency for artists who come to you, or is it a bit of both?
Personally for me?
Yeah.
You say? Yeah. No, me, I'm a musician.
Okay.
But there's some people who I'm working with.
Yeah.
Who I'm also trying and helping them to also pitch for those projects while I'm doing my own thing too.
Okay.
Most of them are my girlfriends, you know.
Yeah.
Who are also trying to experiment with this. So yeah, I'm a musician.
Okay, so you're a musician. What's your instrument? What is your instrument? What do you do exactly?
Okay, I sing.
So you're a singer?
I sing. Yeah, I'm a singer, play guitar, play piano, know how to make instrumentals. I mean, I'm really into music.
Right. Okay. So you're multi instrumentalist, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. Great. So you're putting all this stuff together, and not only that, but you are collaborating with other artists who want to get into the sync music world, and you're helping them. I read it somewhere. I read this on Groove. It is you, isn't it, on Groove Nexus, that you want to partner more with female creatives. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's great. What's your motivation behind that? Sorry, what's your motivation?
It's because I have a cousin.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who really loves music. So when I told her that I have this big project, she was like, "What?" So yeah, she loves music, and she's also a musician. So I was like, if you want it, you can. If you want, you can come into this business. I will try my best to also help you, pitch you to those projects in the future, maybe see what happens. Yeah.
That's
so
fantastic.
I was like, if I can do it for my cousin, I'm also going to look forward doing it for other people.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Yeah. Because I read somewhere, I mean, correct me if I am wrong, please do, but I mean, because I'm interested in what drives your passion for, and I read something about it's a passion for women not taken seriously. So there's an element of equality in there. Is that correct? Did I read that right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah. What drives that? What motivates you? I mean, is it something to do with your own personal background?
When I take a look at the sync licensing industry or the movie composing industry, I don't see a lot of females in it. Like the top 100 best sync composers. best composer. I can't. There's no female in there.
Right.
So it's I like to do something like new, like so like helping females or women or girls is something new for my part.
Yeah.
That's what motivates me.
Yeah. It's a very noble thing to do that, and at such a young age, because I did read that you're only 18 and already you're thinking like this. But if you have a passion, does it come from a place of knowledge? Is it something that you've experienced? Did you grow up with witnessing equality around you? I mean, is this where it comes from, or is it just purely because you've just seen there's not enough female sync artists out there? Is that what's driven you to helping women and female young girls?
Both. But
Okay.
the major factor for speaking for myself is that the sync licensing, like each industry must have some type of equality. Like really, especially in an industry like this.
Yes.
Like when I have talked to a lot of great people in this business. Now I have never met a woman, for real. I'm not even lying, and I have never met a woman who works as a sync artist.
That's interesting, but specifically a sync artist. It's funny because it's kind of a new concept for me to think of, because I'm an artist. I'm in music. I've been doing it a very, very long time. I could be your mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been doing it a long time. Oh, yeah. And it's just interesting because, there are quite a few female artists, but when you talk about sync artists, you're talking about the new generation, aren't you, really? The new music industry and where things are going now. And what's amazing about that, Chris, is you're helping shape that, aren't you? You're really playing a part in shaping where things are going. And that's it sounds like you're really passionate about that too.
Yeah. Because those the top 1% of people in this business, they can't help them. They can't help us too, But when you take something from early, like a seed which is growing, and you try to shape it, it grows, it reaches its maturity the way you want it. So it's up to us, the younger generation of the industry, to really care about ourselves and others.
Yes.
So that we can grow in a more equal way.
I'm thrilled to be hearing this. It's just music to my ears, literally, when I hear you speak like this, because you're absolutely right. And there's been so much, inequality over all the years, but not just even with the male, female, but there's something I read also about connections, about being connected. Have you ever have you had any experiences of that, the difficulties of the lack of connection as well? So I don't know if you've heard of the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know, so who you know is actually going to help you. I'm sure I read something in this article as well about that. That's something that I think you hold quite passionately as well, is helping people up there to achieve what they deserve through lack of connections as well. Is that right?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Like my cousin already has like 2 projects, medium projects that she will have synced in.
Yeah.
So I really try my best. I cannot be 100% perfect, but I try my best.
Wow. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And that's it, isn't it? All you can do is try your best and keep, going. So let's talk about some of your music. What have you? What's the latest thing you've got? I mean, I've seen Lose My Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lose My Cool. Is that you singing it?
Yeah.
Ah, is it? And did you write it as well? It's wonderful. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Tell me about where does the lyric come from? Where does that emotion come from? How do you draw on that? I always ask all my guest artists where they draw their stuff from. So I'm going to sound kind of a little bit repetitive, but everyone's a bit different. Yeah. So when you said losing my cool, is that because there's another song here called The Angry. So they seem quite closely related. Those
The Angry.
Yeah.
Oh, so the passion.
Yeah.
I was in the studio that night, and I for real I was in an argument with my girlfriend at school. Really felt bad. Oh. And then I decided to write about it. So yeah, I was going to write about a fun song, a party song. Yeah. But then an idea I was struck by an idea about this argument about my girlfriend. So yeah, I switched. Yeah, I switched. Then I ended up with it.
Okay, right. And it's so it sounds like it was quite in the moment. Actually, it was something that you kind of acted on immediately. It wasn't something that's been stirring for a long time. It was something that you were quite spontaneous with that, weren't you? Yeah, it's good. It's great. And Lose My Cool. Tell me about that one. Did you lose your cool somewhere?
Yeah.
Did you? Tell me where you lost your cool. Go on.
My girlfriend always. Yeah. My girlfriend always used to told me that I needed to be patient and to calm down because I was a really troubled kid.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, I was a really troubled kid. So she told me that I needed to calm down. Yep. So I was like, what? No. If you don't want a relationship, I can go. I don't want. I don't want. I don't want to lose my cool like that. Yeah. So I was really losing it. Right. I was really losing it. So.
Right.
It made me really angry.
Right. So it made you angry to actually lose it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
I was really sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like you've had a bit of a tough time as a kid as well, and that's I mean, that's impacted. I mean, what was your upbringing like? I mean, are you happy to talk about that a little bit? I've no idea. You got family. How was it with you?
My family.
You have family, yeah?
Yeah, I have it. I have my parents and one sibling.
Oh, okay. One sibling. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get on with your one sibling?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, is family important to you?
Of course. Like they are the ones who are supporting me right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Everything from song making to actually finding people to connect with. I really thank them a lot.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely to hear. Yeah, you're very lucky then to have nice family like that. That's great. And you are right, because it's everything, isn't it, really, if you think about it? And you're right at the beginning. You're right at the start of a lucrative career where you're going. You're right at the very, very beginning. And you've already got some amazing opportunities and they're coming your way. And it feels like luck or heaven, whatever you want to call it, has really it's shining on you. It's come to you, and you've got a family who have supported you in that. And that must feel really good actually. That must feel really good for you, Chris. They must be proud of you too, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They really are.
Oh, that's lovely. What do they think of your music?
They think it's cool.
Do
but
they?
But not their type. Yeah.
Are your parents into something else, are they?
Yeah, like traditional music.
How lovely, though. That's great.
Yeah.
What do you think about the traditional music?
I think it's really traditional for me. I think it's really traditional for me.
Always be proud of the traditional music. Always be proud of the traditional. I'm part Spanish, so I have, I'm proud of the Spanish Canarian, actually, from Tenerife, the Canary Islands. I don't know if you've heard of it, actually. It's a bunch of islands off the northwest coast of Africa, and it's a slightly we speak Spanish, but it's a slightly different feel to mainland Spain with the music. They tend to be more flamenco orientated, but it's what's wonderful. I mean, what about plans for the future and plans for future music? I mean, do you have anything planned? Do you have new ideas, or are you just kind of going with the flow? Where are you at with your future music? Making music. Where are you at right now? Thinking about music?
For now, I'm really thinking. I'm really like studying and trying to innovate my writing style to fit more of the licensing side of the business, so that it can be, like they always say, marketable. So yeah. So that's right. I'm studying, basically. I'm studying the whole thing. Okay. Trying to figure everything out.
Right. Yeah, that's very smart of you, because it's very smart to do that. It's one thing don't you think this is the case, Chris, that one thing is to really have your own taste and love doing things for yourself or for your friends or family, but the other is to actually market it and make it marketable to fit something else. It's a whole different ball game, don't you agree? It's a different experience altogether.
Yeah, so they are different.
They are different, aren't they?
Yeah. But I can make them work. Yeah.
Of course.
Can make them. Yeah.
You do. I've heard it. It's very marketable, and it's worked. You have got placements out there, so good on you on that. And I guess, I mean, do you have any personal goals? Like, what's your ambition for yourself? I mean, do you have dreams or aspirations of making it somewhere big, or is it globally, or anywhere in the world in particular? I mean, what's your own personal aspirations, or where do you want to go with everything for yourself, your own success? What does it look like for you, or the future?
For myself, the thing that I want is to see my future self changed, so that I can also impact those who are around me, especially my friends and my family. I want like to feel that with this life, with my life, I want to feel like I have come a long way, and now I'm like where I want to be. And where I want to be is to be able to pursue a career in things that I really love. Really love. Yeah.
That's a really great answer. So what you're saying is you want to be giving to the world in some way. You want to impact others around you positively.
Yeah.
And you want to grow with it all for yourself, your own development.
Yeah. I want to really impact people.
All right. So you want to impact people positively. And this is, you know, what's wonderful, and this is why I love your generation, is you're all saying the same thing. And it's great. That's why I think the future world is just going to be so much better. I'm praying for this. I'm praying that there is more unity, you're more together. And the way that you're going to achieve that and break down all these different barriers, no matter what they are, whether they're gender, racial, whatever it is, you're going to break down the barriers, and we're all going to be a world full of human beings, and we all deserve equality at the end of the day. And I hope that you're going to be a part of making that, because that's where we need to be going. And it sounds like that you want the same thing too. So yeah, which is why it's important who you collaborate with.
Everything is important. Every detail is as important. The smaller details, I can say that they're the most important than the bigger ones. Because, like, even in my 3 months journey right now, I'm starting to see that the smaller things really add up.
Yes,
they really do. Like, you might have a big goal, but if you neglect the smaller things, that the smaller details, man, it will be really hard to achieve your end goal. So everything, everything, small or big, I will take on.
That's really very wise of you to say that. When you're talking about the smaller details, the little things that matter is what you're saying. And it's paying attention to those little small details, because collectively they're huge, aren't they? They build the bigger picture. So it's very smart. I think it's very smart of you to say that. Very wise. And it's wonderful that you're saying that. So it's not just music and placement and songs and just having a lucrative career. You've got a real soul journey ahead of you. It sounds like you're on this spiritual mission. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
It has to be.
It has to be. Great. What about, I mean, we mentioned briefly traveling before. Have you ever been anywhere else? Have you left Rwanda? Have you been like to the UK? Have you been to the States? Do you have any plans to travel to actually network and meet people in the future in person rather than screen?
I've been in Sweden. And Burundi, only 2 countries. But for the future, I think I might move to the US. It really depends. If my career succeeds, and I start to get those bigger projects, so I might really move to where they are located.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. So, well, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, is there anything before we wrap it up here? I mean, is there anything else that you want to say or add to the listeners of this show? I mean, you've pretty much said quite a big message of togetherness and growing together. I mean, is that kind of your motto? Do you think is that where what you're trying to communicate?
My final message for you, everyone who is listening.
Yes.
I really think that it's time that we must get together and think together, because like each industry will have the bad ones and the good ones. But if we can like step those things aside and think like to one goal, I really think that we can really make a legacy. Like, the most important thing about every career, every journey is legacy. So we must really have a good legacy. We must do whatever we can do so that we can impact people in everything that we are doing right now.
And when you say legacy, you're talking about a positive one. You're talking about leaving a positive mark. Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Chris, it's been an absolute honor speaking with you. And I wish you the very, very best of luck. And, you know, like I say to all people, you know, who I'm interviewing and I speak with, you know, they're on their early journeys in music to success. So I'm just praying for all of you, and that in a year's time or even less, you come back and you say, hey, I've got this, I'm doing this now. And, you know, I'm living in the States. I mean, who knows? Who knows where things can go? It's incredible. It's exciting, right?
Yeah.
You got to have lots of energy. You got to have lots of energy. Have you got energy?
Yeah. Of course.
Good.
Yeah.
You're going to need it. But it's all good. It's great. You know, when you're at the beginning, it's a very exciting journey. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And
thanks a lot too.
The very, very best of luck. Well, you take care now.